Hey guys, my name is David Jaggard. I am going to be a sophomore at Calvin College in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Um, and I am making this video targeting kids that are struggling in school. Because I wish I had a video like this to watch when I was starting off college, when I was going through high school, um, even now. Uh, I've been struggling with dyslexia in college and in high school and throughout my entire life. But because I love reading, no one noticed. I did not get diagnosed with dyslexia, and it didn't even pop up until I was researching some DNA things in forensic science senior year in high school. And I kept mixing up the letters, and I couldn't figure out why. And it just finally hit me that, yeah, you probably have dyslexia because you keep rotating the letters. So it took me a really long time to figure it out, and I'm here now, and I don't get any help. I went to my high school and was like, hey, guys, like, I have dyslexia. And they were like, oh, well, you're taking high-level classes, and you read a lot, and you've never had needed help before, so we're not going to give you any help. So I was like, oh, great, wow. So I'm going off to college, and no one's helping me. So then I went to college, and they finally have started to be like, okay, yeah, we're going to help you. And I've been pursuing it, and there's some really awesome people at Calvin College that are helping me. But I'm still stuck. There's only so much that people can do when helping kids with learning disabilities like dyslexia. So I want to make this video for you kids with dyslexia. I want you guys to know that A, you're not alone, and B, that you can do this. There are a lot of different things out there about dyslexia. There's a lot of different resources you can read. Basically, there's just a huge debate about what even causes dyslexia. And right now, nobody knows. And so schools say, oh, okay, dyslexia, that means you need extended time to take tests. And that's it. That's all they do. And as a dyslexic student, you're left sitting like, okay, so I can take longer on this test that A, gives me a headache when I do it, so my headache gets worse. B, I have a longer time to mix up the letters, and sure, now I have time to go and recheck my answers, but when I recheck my answers, I'll probably mix up the letters and get some wrong because I mixed up the letters and erased my correct answer and put in my incorrect answer, and it just ends up in a whole mess of terribleness. So yeah, extended time can help, is a good thing, does not solve the problem. It solves a symptom, which is takes a long time for us to read. But what about homework? The average student spends, what? I mean, depending on your classes, but let's just assume 4 hours, okay? So if we said that a student spent 4 hours a day studying and doing homework, right? That means the dyslexic kid, because it takes him, we'll just throw out the number, twice as long, though sometimes it's even worse than that, twice as long to do their homework. That doubles it to now the dyslexic student has to do 8 hours of work. Because you have to realize, the dyslexic kid, it's not that the work is harder, twice as hard, but it's that it takes twice as long to do it. So that little passage that the teacher told you to read that was 15 pages long that, the normal student whooshed by it in a breeze and, oh, it was so easy, I got everything and blah, blah, blah. Dyslexic kid's sitting there for 45 minutes to an hour reading that 15-page assignment when he's also got to write a paper and do a physics lab and do all these, read 20 more pages in a textbook that's going to take him 2 hours to do. Like it just all piles up on the student. So it gets very, very discouraging, especially because nowadays the education system is all built on grades. The only way you get to college is to get scholarships, and the only way you get scholarships nowadays is by being in a minority group or by getting good grades. Now, I'm not dissing minority groups at all. It's great that you guys get that chance to get those scholarships. That's good. You don't have to worry about it. But for the people that don't have access to those scholarships, they have to turn to grades. And sure, for a normal kid, okay, I work hard at school, I get A's, I get a scholarship. If I don't work hard, okay, don't get the grades, don't get the scholarship, sucks for you. For the dyslexic kid, it's I work my butt off, I don't get good grades, I don't get any scholarships. One of my buddies who's dyslexic and one of the top in his class in communications in regards to being smart, but whose grades they're not good grades, we'll just say that. He puts it this way: there's no way I'm ever going to get a scholarship because I am a white male dyslexic student. And haha, we laugh about it, but it's true. And those of you who have dyslexia, you know what I'm talking about. It's that attitude of, oh, you don't have A's, you can't get scholarships. You guys have probably, like me, been applying to scholarships, typing it on the internet, scholarships for dyslexic kids, scholarship for blah, 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 applying to 200 different scholarships and getting all back oh yeah, you're good, but your grades aren't good, so you don't get the scholarship, oh, that's great that you did all this extracurricular stuff, and this paper you sent in is amazing, but your grades are just terrible, so no, you don't get the scholarship. Or sometimes they don't even dignify you with a response, and they just don't say anything. So it all comes back to you're dyslexic, so we're not going to take care of you. And it gets really, really, really discouraging. So now that I've kind of given the background, if you're dyslexic, you know all this stuff. This is probably boring you to death. For those of you that aren't dyslexic, try and wrap your mind around this, because what most of you guys have been taught is that if you work well in school, you'll get A's. If you don't work hard at school, you won't get A's. So when you're not getting A's, that means you need to work harder, because then you'll get A's. And you know what? If that's what it's like for the general public, who am I to say no? But I'm a dyslexic kid. And for a dyslexic kid, it's not that easy. For a dyslexic kid, it's work hard, maybe you'll get B's, probably C's. And you'll be told by the school system that you won't succeed at life. You'll be told that you need to work harder, that you need to cut all those extracurricular activities that are what de-stress you, that are what play to your strengths, Anyhow, it's such a headache. One more note on understanding the dyslexic problem is that dyslexia, just the way that we dyslexic kids think, is different than the majority of people. And so when school gives us tests, it's testing our knowledge, that's the goal, but it does it in a way that it handicaps the dyslexic student, because the dyslexic student thinks a certain way, which is different than normal people, and we don't think the way that tests are written. In fact, the fact that tests are written is what puts dyslexic kids at a disadvantage. So just the entirety of the school system is stacked against dyslexic kids. And during elementary school, whatever, you were the kid that didn't get his multiplication tables as fast. You were the kid that, probably liked recess and art more than the other subjects. Now, me myself, I'm terrible at art, but whatever. That might have been you. During high school, it got a little harder because all your parents and the entirety of society is riding on you. Like, oh my gosh, you got to get grades or you're gonna fail at life. Like, oh my goodness, you got to get all A's. You got to get scholarships. You got to get it. Like, it's all stacked against you, and you have nowhere to go, nowhere to turn to. You can't do anything, except get extended time. And then you hit college, which is where I am. So, for those of you that don't know anyone dyslexic, this is my story. This is my life. For those of you that are dyslexic, you've probably come up with these type of problems. Probably come from this kind of background. And if you haven't, awesome. If you guys have a fix, good. Share it. There are lots of people that struggle with this. But I wanted to make this video to tell dyslexic students that are struggling, college kids that aren't getting the scholarships they need, students who are incredibly smart, who will be incredibly successful when they get into the real world, but who are in school and who are hindered by the way that school is run. This video is for you guys just to let you know that you're not alone. I myself, I'm not getting any scholarships. I don't know how I'm going to pay for college. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay for college. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my degree. I love computer science. That is my major. That is the only thing I can see myself doing, and the thing I want to do for the rest of my life. I don't know if I can do it because of my learning disability. But that's not to say that I won't try. I have been struggling with health problems for the entirety of my life. One problem after another has hit me, and through all of the problems, the one lesson I've learned is that you keep on pushing. You keep on putting one foot in front of the other. You don't give up, because the worst thing you can do as a student with learning disabilities is give in to that mindset of you won't succeed. The mindset of you're not going to get that A, so you will always be second best in your life. Don't give in to that. You guys are incredibly smart. You will succeed in life. You will succeed wherever you put yourself. Right now, you are struggling through school. I get that. I am there too. It's hard. It's lonely. The path is stacked with obstacles. The solutions are not there. You're told to work harder. You're told to do the very thing that is the problem. You're told, oh, well, obviously you're not studying enough, so study more. It's like, dude, my brain, it's not working. Don't give up, though. Don't give up. You are created unique from everyone else. Everyone is different, but you have been given a special opportunity because you think different than everyone else. You were created different than everyone else. And you have an opportunity to make a difference like no one else does. So, I won't take much more of your time. I don't have solutions. I hope that from this video you connect with what I am saying, that you understand that you're not alone. I hope that in a year I can come out with a follow-up video and talk about how I've been able to beat the current struggle that I am in right now with getting through college with dyslexia. I hope I can. I don't know. I don't know. In a year, I may be out of school, not able to get any education, having to teach myself computer science. I don't know. But I want you to know that you're not the only one going through this struggle. I know there are other people out there like me. I know there are other people that cannot express, cannot show the world how smart they are because of how school is built to tear them down. Don't be torn down. Don't give up. You guys are the future. You guys will change the world. You can do it.